And what I've noticed too is that you can actually take anybody at any level, at any age, and actually, so if somebody comes to you and says, I'm 75 years old, I've never worked out, or I'm incredibly out of shape, you can take that person from that point and completely change their life. Just because they're a certain age doesn't mean, like, even if they were 90. So there was a
Yes.
study that, people in an elderly community, even 90 years old, you can take them and start to strength train, start to do all these facets that you're talking about, and
Well,
completely change their
this is a
life.
beautiful introduction to what I want to talk about next. Because I can give you all the statistics in the world. But just like you're talking about, this was 75 now, but this is when I was 58 years old. This
Mm-hmm.
88-year-old friend of mine who was bedridden and in bed all the time and not able to think very clearly or do anything at all, was just
Right.
really dying.
Wow.
He called me and said the person who was taking care of him was leaving. Could I come to San Diego for 6 months to take care of him? Now, I've never taken care of an older person before. Now, of course, as a trainer, it's hard just to get up and leave for 6 months. Your
Right.
clients are not going to be waiting around for you.
Right.
But this was a man who helped me in my midlife crisis. He was a psychiatrist named Robert Johnson. Fantastic man. But now here he needed me. So he introduced me to the strength and power of the interior world. And now I was going to show him how to function in the exterior world, even though he was 88 years old.
Wow.
So I go out there and shocked at how this man looks. He's in bed and he's now when he was a young boy, 12, he had one of his legs amputated. So not only was he bedridden, but he had to use crutches all the time. He had to walk around on crutches. So he wasn't eating very well. He was certainly not exercising. He wasn't doing anything. But he was a very famous person who's written many books and sold over 5 million copies of books. He was a famous writer, but he had diminished now. He had forgotten what his soul's vision was.
Mm-hmm.
So I get out there and I said to myself, I'm going to change this man's life completely. So I looked in his refrigerator and there was nothing good in there at all. And his freezer was full of stuff frozen from probably 20 years ago. Meat.
Wow.
So I just took everything and threw every cabinet, everything out. And of course,
Yeah.
he grew up in the 1920s during the Great Depression. So he didn't
He's
want to,
like, what are you
what are
doing?
you doing? That's all my
Wasting all
food,
this money.
wasting all this money. But I decided we have to make a clean sweep. So, number one, if you want to change your life, make a clean sweep of all the junk you have in your house. If you really are serious about getting in shape. So I threw
Right.
everything out and I said, don't worry. I'm going to shop every day. I'm going to buy us the best vegetables, good meat, fruit. We're going to eat like kings, you and I. So we started. The very next day, he gets up and I make him a fantastic breakfast. We have eggs and oatmeal, and he hasn't eaten like this in years. He's telling me he's going to gain weight eating like this, but I know
That'd
he's
be,
not going to,
yeah.
right? Okay, so we start eating right. Number two, he had been a member of the YMCA in San Diego previously,
Mm-hmm.
and he even had a leg made for him that he was able to go in the water with it. So he likes swimming. So I said to him, "Would you like to go work out?" And of course, he said, "No, I'm too tired. I don't want to go." But he would shock me by 5 minutes later, coming out dressed, ready to go. So we
Mm-hmm.
go to the YMCA, and of course at a park, and run inside the Y and get this wheelchair and run out and get him in the wheelchair, take him into the Y, into the locker room, bring the wheelchair back, help him get dressed in his bathing suit,
Mm-hmm.
and get him into the swimming pool. Well, he'd go into the swimming pool and do his little swimming. And after about 2 or 3 weeks, I actually got him to swim and to start lifting weights, light weights, best he could. He never
Wow.
lifted weights in his whole life before, but he
Wow.
started lifting a little bit, started swimming a little bit, and it was great. And he's very introverted, so he's not used to dealing with extroverted people.
Right.
And I'm very extroverted.
You're very
Yeah.
extroverted.
So he said one day to me something shocking. He said, I learned something really important from you today. And I said, what is that? He said, when you meet someone new, all you have to do is say hi. And they'll respond. And so to him, this was a
Amazing.
big thing, right?
Right.
Okay. So now we're eating right every day now for lunch. I'm making them great salads and baked chicken. And every meal I'm making him something nutritious and valuable. And
Right.
all of a sudden he come out and say, my God, this is like a feast I'm having every day here. And so he was really getting into this idea of eating. And for dinner, I would make him a homemade soup, like a lentil soup or chicken soup or some kind of soup. So we eat that soup and give him like a nice piece of bread,
Mm-hmm.
real light meal. And
Real food.
real food, and he stopped eating at 5 o'clock. And all of a sudden, now he would tell me, I'm sleeping better. Well, he's exercising, he's eating right, he's
Right.
sleeping better. You see?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So now this man is a famous person in the realm of Carl Jung. Carl Jung is a famous psychiatrist, and Jungian psychology is real big across the world. And
What's the name of it again?
Carl Jung, Jung, Jung.
Okay.
And Jung was a famous Swiss psychiatrist who formulated analytical psychology. This idea that there's an inner realm that's influencing the outer realm, but we're not conscious of that. You see, we're unconscious of that.
Right.
So that healing would occur when what was previously unconscious becomes conscious.